I hope that car's not too loud in the background, but we'll work it out. Oh,
It is. We have cars in the background. Hello, everyone. I'm James Jacobson in Maui,
yes, I'm in
Hawaii.
my garden.
Claire, where are you?
And I'm Clare Mansell in London, England.
This is extraordinary. So for a very long time, our listeners have come to hear, oh, I'm in Maui and you're in Canada, but you have moved to a place that is more appropriate for your voice.
Yes.
What's that Canadian with a British accent?
And because I've moved, I haven't quite got broadband sorted yet because it takes a while to get it installed here. And so therefore, that's why I'm currently sitting in my garden and we get cars in the background and things because it's the only place I can get a decent mobile signal.
Well, I mean, and of course, it's like 8 p.m. there, right? It's in the evening now, 8 p.m. with a delay. Claire.
Yeah, and we're getting a bit of a delay, I think, between here and yeah.
So we feel like we are centuries apart, and we're actually 11 time zones apart because Hawaii is 11 time zones earlier than Great Britain. But we want to tell you about the latest episode of Dog Edition that dropped this week, and we cover dog myths debunked. There are so many dog myths out there, things that you've heard about, like, I don't know, dogs are colorblind. Is it true? Well, you'll have to find out, and that's on this week's edition of Dog Edition.
Absolutely. It was a fascinating dive into the things that we have been led to believe are true and perhaps or perhaps not are true. So we do a little bit of finding out and speaking to the experts about that. And it certainly made me think differently when it comes to colours of things that I give my dog. So you have to listen to the podcast to find out about that.
That and a lot more myths, and we are actually going to continue to cover dog myths because there are so many. So if you have thoughts about, I wonder if this is true, I've always heard this, is there veracity in this or not, let us know. You can reply in whatever social media channel you're watching this, or get in touch with us via our website at dogedition.com and let us know other things that you think we maybe should look into and find out if they're true or not. And one of our intrepid producers will look into it, and it'll make it to a future episode. Speaking of intrepid producers, we just ended a production meeting. We have a team of amazing producers who are literally all over the globe. And we are working on some great stories for our fall season. And one of them asked us if you might have any stories or ideas or things that might be included in an episode that he is working on dog loyalty. Any experiences where a dog has been particularly uncannily loyal to you, let us know, and maybe we'll feature that in Ray's episode. And again, the best way to get in touch with us is via our website at dogedition.com, and then we'll connect you and Ray, and maybe your story will be on Dog Edition.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and in fact, we should extend that to anyone who's got any great ideas about stories. Do get in touch with us. If there's something that you think we should be following up on, then we would love to hear it. And of course, we are still running our 101 dog stories competitions as well. So if you are somebody who is a creator, a video producer, a reporter, an audio reporter, and this is your bag, then the 101 Dog Stories competition is perfect for you. And also all those students out there at the moment who are studying to become audio reporters or podcast producers, this is a great thing for your portfolio. And you have the chance of winning how much, Jim?
We're giving a lot of money away. So we are giving $10,000 away. And one person will win a giant chunk of money, and then 100 people are going to win $100. So it's actually a really good contest, and it's a good way for you to get some exposure, because we have hired some people here at Dog Podcast Network who came in via our 101 dog story. So you have to love dogs, You have to be able to make really compelling stories. And if that's you and you're watching this and you're interested about joining our team, please do. We have some amazing producers and journalists who have joined us from all over the world, and we have people who been at the BBC and the Australian Broadcasting Company and the CBC, as well as people who are just fresh and they do some YouTube videos and they're getting into podcasting and they're really excited, and we welcome them on board. The only thing is you have to love dogs and you have to create great content. And we are hiring. In fact, should we talk about Petunia?
Fantastic.
Claire?
Yes, we should talk about Petunia.
Well, we're sharing all of our insider stuff here. So as I said, we just had a staff meeting for Dog Edition, and someone, I think Ray, who was saying, like, can you let people know about this thing that's a request on social media? And I was like, that's Petunia. And they're like, what? And I said, Petunia, our social media manager. We don't have a social media manager currently at Dog Podcast Network. So we are looking for one. We're calling it Petunia right now. But if you might be interested, get in touch with us. Now, we don't have the job listing up right now, but if you're resourceful, I bet you could figure out a way to get in touch with us at dogpodcastnetwork.com and nominate yourself as someone who might be interested. Again, love dogs and really understand the medium of social media and how to connect with dog lovers all over the world, which is what we do in our podcasts and what we should be doing more of on traditional social media.
Absolutely. So, wow, there's a lot to be getting on with there. The 101 Dog Stories competition, our latest episodes, which dropped yesterday, and the search for Petunia, which I just think that everything should be headed up with, the search for Petunia. That's what it's going to be called now.
We should do that. Yes. Are you Petunia? And then someone's going to like, I am Petunia. The other thing, I wanted to, because I alluded to this at the top of this live feed, but we have to address the fact that you are in England and you got there through some interesting, neat ways. You want to share that?
Hang on, I got where from some interesting ones.
How did you get home? Most people would fly, but you didn't fly.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant how did I get to Petunia? I was so confused.
No.
So
how did you get to England?
Well, yeah, it's fascinating because everyone says, when did you fly and how's the jet lag been? And the answer to that is we didn't fly. We actually did. And I'll give it its correct.
I think the internet kind of busted. Hopefully she'll come back. But what she did is she took the Queen Mary, part of the Cunard lines back from North America, from New York to London, and Claire will hopefully come back and share with us. Oh, you're back. Okay, you literally died exactly. So I just shared that you took the Queen Mary.
Yes. So we came back on a ship and it was amazing and it was very relaxing, unlike flying, and we got no jet lag. And I also got to talk to some dog owners on the ship, and we're going to be hearing that in a future episode of Dog Edition.
Because they have a kennel. They have kennels on the Queen Mary. It's pretty cool. So we'll be covering that on a future episode. A lot in the works. And if you haven't heard Dog Edition recently, please check it out. You can find it at dogedition.com or on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube. And as we always say, hopefully you'll like it so much that you'll tell a friend about it, because Dog Edition is the world's first podcast designed for you to listen to while you walk your dogs. That is it. Claire, do you have anything else you want to share with people while we still got bandwidth?
No, I think we should probably cut and run whilst it's still working, Jim, because the truth is, with 11 hours time difference and all those miles between us and no broadband connection at this end, we are trying to make technology work, and it's barely clinging on.
We're in borrowed time, but thank you so much for joining us, and do check out Dog Edition. I guess we'll do our traditional sign off. In Maui, Hawaii, I'm James Jacobson.
And in London, England, I'm Clare Mansell.